All right, so my first video was taken down. It was having some technical problems. They froze it. So I'm going to say it again. And I hope you'll get it this time. Share this with a friend. It's real simple. Stop letting people curse you. Stop letting people curse you. What do I mean by that? Stop letting people curse you. Especially cursing you with their conversations. Stop letting people curse you, and stop letting them curse you in their conversations. You know, word curses are real, and they're very subtle, yet powerful. What do I mean by a word curse? You know, a word curse is when someone speaks unfavorably toward your life. When somebody speaks ill of you. When somebody speaks negatively about you, it's actually a curse. When somebody uses their mouth as an instrument to hinder your life. Okay? See, witchcraft is not always in the cauldron. It doesn't always have to do with cats and folks flying on a broomstick. So that's where we've missed it. Witchcraft, most witchcraft in the earth today is in everyday conversation that comes out of the orifice of the mouth, the gate of the mouth. Jesus said it's not what goes into a man that defiles him, but it's what comes out of a man that defiles him. For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. The Bible says death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it will eat its fruit. So you have to understand that our words are powerful. And I think the reason why this video was freezing earlier, because the enemy doesn't want you to hear this. But stop letting people curse you. Stop letting people curse you. And listen, including your family members, your parents. Some of you have been hindered in your life, been hindered in your relationships by the things your parents spoke over you. Your uncles, your aunts, or aunties, however you want to pronounce it, spoke over your life. Girl, you ain't gonna never get married. Or girl, you ain't gonna never have no kids. And so what happens is that because of their words and the fact that their words were unchallenged, hear me, unchallenged and unchecked, and watch this, there was agreement with what they said. And because of that, their words gain power in your life. The Bible says it very clearly in Matthew chapter 18. It says, where two or more of you shall agree concerning anything, you will have what? Whatever you say. I'm going to help y'all today. Where two or more of you shall agree concerning anything, you'll have whatever you say. Ladies, stop talking to your bitter friends about marriage. Stop talking to your divorced friends about marriage. And you're trying to be married. You're trying to have a spouse. And so you talking to your bitter friend who speaks bitter words, and you're coming in agreement with her words. Ain't no good men out here. Men ain't nothing. They're trash. As long as you say that, you are actually coming under the curse of her words. And the first thing you got to do is identify curse words. See, we thought curse words was using the F word and the B word. Come on. And so we call that curse words or cussing. No, curse words is not profanity, although we're not supposed to use profane language. But curse words are not profanity. Curse words are words like this. You know what? You're just so fat. Or you're so dumb. Or you're so stupid. That's a curse word. Those are curse words. Man, I just can't get ahead. Those are curse words. I feel like nobody understands me. Curse words. I'll never lose this weight. Curse words. Those are actually curse words because they are curses. Verbal word curses. Stop letting people curse you. Sometimes a person is cursing you to your face and you're sitting there allowing them to do it. You tell them about your dream. Man, I really want to start that business. In this economy, girl, that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard to do that. First of all, that's not even your friend. Secondly, they're speaking a curse. And what you need to say is, you know what? I don't receive what you just said. I rebuke that. I cancel what you just said. I don't embrace that. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. If God told me to start a business, it doesn't matter what the economy is like. I'm going to do what God tells me to do. When you say, oh man, I want to get married. Well, you know, girl, the state of men out here today, girl, shut your mouth. You need to hush. I don't receive what you're saying. You take those bitter words on somewhere else. I reject those words. I cancel those words. I don't agree with them. Stop letting people curse you. You go to the gas pump and somebody says, man, with these gas prices, man, we're gonna be living on the street soon. With these gas prices, man, how can we even survive? And you're like, yeah, you're right. And the minute you say, yeah, you're right, you've come into agreement with a curse. Do not let people curse you. I don't receive that, brother. I'm blessed. I got more gas than the man in the moon. Come on, somebody. I'm not worried about the gas prices. God's going to provide for me. I'm not worried about the economy. God's going to take care of me. So you have to understand, you know, the Lord showed me one time I was going through a lot of spiritual warfare, and the Lord said to me, because I was praying to the Lord, I said, God, where's all this warfare coming from? I said, did I open a door? Did I open a door to this? Why is there so much spiritual resistance going on in my life? What door did I open? And the Lord said, you opened the door of your mouth. And I was just quiet. I was dumbfounded. He said, the door that you opened is your mouth. And I believe that's true of some people watching this broadcast. The door that you've opened to the enemy is your mouth. And you've spoken bitter words. You've spoken angry words. You've spoken hurtful words. You've spoken hindering words. And the devil has used them as legal grounds to enforce a curse in your life. The Bible says the curse causeless shall not come, which means that a curse needs grounds. Number one, it needs agreement. It needs agreement. Write that down. A curse needs agreement. Number two, it needs participation. The devil can't do anything without your participation. He needs your agreement and he needs your participation to do anything in your life. And the moment you agree with him in your mind, and the moment you open your mouth and say what he wants you to say, he now has the legal standing to enforce that thing in your life. The devil, here's the devil's trick, to get you so emotional that you'll say anything. Oh, I'm giving you good doctrine today. The devil's modus operandi, his MO, is to get you so emotional, to manipulate you emotionally to the point where you'll say anything. And when you get to the point where, I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it. He's like, yes, I got him. Because before that, all he could do is invade your thoughts. But he couldn't invade your world. He can only invade your thoughts, but he couldn't invade your world until your thoughts become words. The devil could only invade your thoughts until you gave them life by speaking them. See, when you speak a thought, it becomes alive. It comes alive. When you give voice to a thought, it comes alive. The Bible didn't say think those things that be not as though they were. It said call those things that be not as though they were. So you have to understand, the devil is waiting on you to open the gate of your mouth so he can walk through the gate. The devil is waiting on you to open the gate of your mouth so that you can, watch this, so he can walk through the gate. Guess what? Even God says, I stand at the door and knock. Even Jesus stands at the door and he knocks, because you are the one who's the gatekeeper. You are the gatekeeper to your destiny. You are the gatekeeper to your future. You are the gatekeeper to your destiny. So what the devil does, he puts enough pressure on you so that he can intrude your gates, so that he can manipulate your gates, so he can get you to give him access to you. Woo, hear that? He wants you to give him access to you. And he needs your key to get access to you. He needs your key. I was watching this movie, Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible, the last Mission Impossible. I was watching it, and it's all about a key. So everybody in the world was trying to get access to this key, because this key could control this artificial intelligence. And this artificial intelligence could control every other network and system in the world. But they needed the key. They couldn't do anything with it without the key. The devil is like that. The devil is artificial intelligence. And in order to control it, come on, he needs the key. So when you give over your keys, you give the enemy power. And this is why you got to stop letting people curse you. Stop saying what they're saying. Well, you know what, people always come and they say, well, they said, this is what they said. Who is they? Who is they? That's the first thing you need to establish. Who in the world is they? Well, they were saying, because they said, because he said, she said. He said, she said, they said. Who is he, she, and they? I need to know who they are. Don't ever let a person come to you and say they're saying this without identifying who they are. See, that's how the devil operates. He's the prince of darkness, right? The Bible says the rulers of darkness. The Greek word skotos, it means blindness, right? The devil operates inconspicuously. So he's always trying to use they. All these pronouns, these demonic pronouns, they, them, those. Who are they? Never repeat what they say until you identify who they are. Never repeat what they say until you identify who they are. Come on now. Letting people curse you. Well, man, they say it's hard to have a church in Tampa. That's what they say. And the they are demons. The demons are the ones talking, but nobody's listening until you open your mouth. The demons are the ones talking, but nobody's listening to them or they until you open your mouth. They have no power without you. Those have no power without you. He and she have no power without you. So I'm not explaining this to you. Stop letting people curse you. Stop letting people speak things over you that are contrary to the will of God. Stop coming in agreement with it. And some of you need to say, you know what? I renounce those words. I renounce them. I cancel those words. Those negative words that my mother spoke over me. Those negative words that my teacher spoke over me. Those negative words that that pastor spoke over me. Those negative words that the media is speaking over me. And that's another one. The devil is using the media as his warlock. Do you know the biggest warlock is the media? Because they're disseminating, the media is disseminating information that is demonic information. And so when you have your TV on in your bedroom and you're watching TV all the time and you're listening to radio and all this news, you need to qualify that news. Because some of that news is not news. Some of it's spell casting. And that's why when you come off that news channel, you're scared. That's why when you read that article, you're anxious. That's why you see the news report, then you go to the gas station and start buying up all the gas. Why? Because they cast a spell on you. It's witchcraft. It's witchcraft. It's manipulation. Stop letting the devil manipulate you. Stop letting people curse you. Stop coming into agreement with their words. Share this video and remember, Jesus is Lord.